Alderman on the Sky Episode 1 has arrived. Now, this was my most anticipated anime for the upcoming summer 2016 season. As soon as I saw that preview, just from the art style and its aesthetic alone, it got me hyped because of how gorgeous this looked. Now, I knew Tails was coming out, so it would have some competition in terms of the animation department, but it just looked so beautiful, the description intrigued me, and Studio Madhouse just really looked like they were going all in, and I think I have 100% faith that this is going to be a great anime, as long as it's not going to be a one-core, or they just kind of leave it with the typical go read the light novel ending, since this is what it's based off of. But this impressed me a whole damn lot, from the animation to the sound, to the characters, to the... we don't have much in terms of the story yet, but it does intrigue me. So this pretty much sets up our story where we have a fairly large cast of characters who pretty much are on their way to go, it seems to like this military exam. Each one wants to do a different thing. One looks like she wants to be like a combat medic, and then it looks like our main female character, at least it looks like she's going to be our main female character, Itori, is pretty much, it looks like she's going to be like a swordswoman. I'm not sure exactly like what her main goal was with this exam, but basically that's the gist of it. So basically they're on this boat on their way to go to this military exam, and that's when everything kind of messes up. The boat sinks, they get stranded on an island, and it turns out they're on enemy territory, so they have a couple of options: either surrender and hope for the best, or try to sneak past. And that's kind of where everything leads off. Now the interesting thing is that the princess of this kingdom is actually stranded with them. So they got a little bit of, worries there because they gotta keep her safe. So that's kind of like the gist of the story, and I have to say, it seems damn interesting. Like, I'm really hoping this is going to be a 2-core, because, one, Madhouse is very bad with not doing Season 2s, and I don't want a repeat of, as an example, I don't want a No Game No Life where they end at a point where you need more in order to know. Now, No Game No Life, I really don't care if that gets another season. It wasn't that great in my opinion, but it's a perfect example of Madhouse being Madhouse, where they just leave it like that, or Batum, where it's fucking Batum. But this series, I think what's going to make it stand out the most is not even its beautiful art style and lighting, but we'll get to that, is the characters, because they're all really, really entertaining. I mean, our main male character, Ita, is pretty much a ladies' man and is hilarious. I mean, he feels his way up on every female he meets, and not in the typical harem MC. Like, this guy actually has charm, and he puts the moves on pretty much every woman he sees, and anytime a pretty boy is near him, he tries to shoo him off. And I have to say, if this is going to be an ongoing joke with him, I'm going to be all for it, because it was really funny. It seems like these characters are going to have like an interesting dynamic with each other. They all have unique personalities, and I think them all being stranded on this island while having to work together to fight off is going to be rather damn impressive. Because, I mean, it's Madhouse. It's going to have great animation. I can't wait to see some of the fights. It looks like Episode 2 we're going to have those fights. But in terms of just the setup we got with this first episode, I mean, the way it ends is it says, this is how our main character becomes the invincible, lazy general. So, obviously he's going to survive in this encounter, because we do see that he basically surrenders himself to the enemy when the princess is about to be found. So, I assume is going to be a badass warrior. He might already be a badass. I mean, his whole reason for being around our main female is he says that he wanted to kidnap her, basically. So, like, I don't know. They just keep throwing so much in your face of so much potential with plot lines, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. I mean, if you look at its art style, like, in terms of its art style, everything's pretty damn well drawn. So far, from what we've seen with the animation, it's impressive, but the thing that I think is the best part of its aesthetic is actually its lighting. In so many, like, we're in this jungle, and the lighting is how it's coming through the bushes and the branches. It looked gorgeous, and honestly, from its lighting alone, I think it's going to be one of, if not the best looking things of this season. It's going to have a lot to rival with Tails, just based on its first episode, but in terms of my own personal preference, I actually like how this looks more. It was really damn well executed, and the voice acting, the OST, the opening, the ending, like, I really don't have a fault with this first episode. It's gonna have faults, obviously, but for a first episode, it got me intrigued with these characters. I want to see what's gonna happen. Like, how's Ita going to escape these guys with rifles? I mean, it's interesting, like, with their weapons, it's very simplistic. I think they're in the year, like, 905. but they do have guns and swords, but they use like these fairy-like creatures. Each one of them has their own, and it gives them some sort of ability. I mean, our main protagonist, it looks like his has some sort of lighting ability. He actually uses that to save the princess when she's drowning. I have to say, that scene looked gorgeous. It gave me some Nagino Sakura vibes when with the way the water was. But it has a lot of freaking potential. I mean, this has anime of the season potential already. I can already see it, and I really hope it can continue to basically progress these characters, give us more explanation on this world, really build this world and what people are fighting for, give us more information on this, like, exam for military, you know, exposure, things like that. And I mean, I know this is based off an ongoing light novel, and I know Madhouse will never do a season 2 no matter how popular it is. No Game No Life is the perfect example. I want this to be a 2-core, and I want them to give it an anime original ending. And I know people hate anime original endings, but I really hope this is one of those cases because I want an ending. I mean, Ori Monogatari was an anime original, but they ended it in a way that was conclusive enough. I mean, if they can do something like that for the series, that's cool too, but I mean, this was an awesome first episode. What did you guys think? I mean, were you as impressed as me? Because, I mean, these characters are not only funny, they're badass. I mean, our main character isn't afraid to throw his hands on a princess, and he pretty much loses himself. He's a sarcastic asshole, but he did lose himself, and it's a little scary, and I think that temper is going to be something to play a big part later on in the series. And I mean, really, like, were you as impressed with these characters? Are you intrigued with this story? What do you think of the animation and sound? Like, what do you think of this? This is my favorite first episode of this season. But I mean, what has been yours and what did you think? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and as well as subscribe if you're new to my channel for more videos like this and more. And 91 Days discussion video will be up within a couple of hours. So until next time everyone, please take care and have a good one.